What's up everybody, I'm Brian from I1Tesla, and I found a crack in my windshield. I took the family paddleboarding, I put all 4 paddleboards up on here. I had to take 2 off just to fit it in the garage. Also found a crack in my lip. This is from, I got cracked in the head when we were paddleboarding out there with a paddle. It hurt. Blood everywhere. Good thing there's no sharks in Lake Norman. So today, I'm going to show you how to fix that because there's really no windshields available yet for the Model Y, and really that's not bad enough to replace the windshield. If you have the right insurance, they will fix this for you, probably for free. I bought this kit a while ago for my Model S because we had a crack in that windshield, and it worked really well. It came with 3 different applications for windshields, so I have two left. I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's really cheap, really easy. It's not very hard. What you'll get is a pin, razor blade. This is an adhesive for this piece here, some resin, a syringe. You'll get a UV plastic piece for this. And I'm going to show you the process that I do it with. I'm going to set up the camera and some lights so you can see what I'm doing. That is the chip right there. And it's so close to the windshield wipers. I'm going to put this, I think I'm going to try to put this in windshield wiper mode so we can move this out of the way. And that didn't help at all. All right, so the first step is to scrape out any remaining, let me zoom in for you, any remaining glass dust. We're gonna basically make this chip bigger. We're just doing this to make sure there's no big chips that can flake out once we put the resin in there, and more stuff for the resin to grab onto. We're not trying to dig through all the way, we're just getting the loose stuff out. And like I said, some kits come with an alcohol wipe, but as long as you just have some alcohol and a rag, it'll be fine. And you can see the alcohol dries really fast. That's just to remove everything, all the oils around it. Next step is to take the green ring, and there's 2 sides. We're going to leave the green side on, and we're going to remove the brown side. Make sure the chip is in the center of the hole, the donut, and press it down with the tab facing up. Then the next step is to remove the green vinyl, which is a little harder than it looks. Sorry, my hand is in the way, but you just remove the green. And this piece right here, you want to have facing straight up. And align it so it's directly over it, so that hole is going to be inside. You want to force it down. Don't push too hard because your windshield is cracked. And then the next step is to take the resin piece, and well, we have to cut this end off. And so I just cut the top off, and then we're going to pour all the resin in. And I want to make sure to get up the rest of the resin that came out. I don't want that flowing onto the car or the wipers because that would ruin the wipers. Then we're going to take the syringe, and the syringe has some indentations here. So we're going to put this in. We're going to force this down. Once it's down in there, we're going to push down, hold down, and pull up until we can get all the way up there. There's 2 notches. We're going to go, there's a flat spot so it doesn't pop back down. But what we're doing here is we're pulling the air out of the crack, which is forcing air, all the air bubbles out. And you'll see the bubbles here. You see there's air bubbles there. They say you can tap around the glass and that might help get some more air bubbles out. I don't think that's a good idea because you already have a crack here. Just like you don't want to push too hard around this, it doesn't make sense to me. So you don't want this to spider at all before it gets in there. So we're just going to let this sit until the bubbles stop, and you can force it back down, push it around. It takes a little while for this resin to set up, so it's not like this is going to be glued in place at all. But we're really just pulling all the air out of this. Once all the air bubbles have come out, you can tell because there's no air bubbles left in this. We're going to pull out, and you can see the suction that was in there. Now we're just releasing the vacuum that was in there. We're going to push back down, then we're going to rotate the handle, push down to the next piece. It's just going to force enough air to press all of the resin into the crack and into the crevices. We're going to leave it sit like this for 20 minutes. Now, I have to wait 20 minutes. You're just gonna wait a couple seconds. All right, it's been 20 minutes. We're gonna remove this, and then we're gonna pull this off. The directions say to use the razor blade, kind of get underneath it, release the sticker, and it's not super easy, but there are tabs up here to help. But if you just pull on it, you can get the plastic thing off. And I dropped some on here, so we're gonna clean up this extra, and then we just remove the sticker. All right, so then we're gonna clean up some of this extra. Already it looks so much better. I'm gonna go through and scrape up the rest of where I dropped it on the windshield. It already looks a lot better. You don't even see the spider webbing anymore because there were some. And now what we're gonna do, take the remaining bottle, you should have a little drop left in it. You put it on there. Then you take the provided yellow plastic tab and then you push down on it. And what this does, it takes the UV rays from the sun and will harden the resin underneath this and through all of it. So we're going to let this sit out in the sun for a little while. The directions say to leave out in the sun for 15 minutes, direct sunlight. So if you don't have direct sunlight, it's going to take a little longer. I'm going to leave it out there as long as I need to. And before I do that, I'm going to clean up all the rest of this stuff around the window using that alcohol swab, but try not to touch anything on here. So I'm going to pull the car outside. I have to move my Model X out of the way so I can pull this out here. This is on a Tesla Model Y, but it works on any windshield. It doesn't matter what car it is. So the sun's kind of behind some clouds right now, so we're going to let it sit out even longer. And plus I kind of have the paddle boards are kind of shading a little bit, but it'll be fine. We're going to let it sit, and then I'm going to scratch all this off, show you what it looks like when it's all complete. And now for the unveiling. Just going to take and pull this off. My neighbor's making noise over there, but all you do is take the razor blade and scrape off the excess. I pulled this inside so you can see the difference. It's really hard to see, but that is the crack right there. Man, this is hard to get in focus because it's so small. There we go. That is the crack right there. It is one tiny spot. Now, luckily for me, it is in the black area where it's not visible while I'm driving at all, but that was low enough anyway where I wouldn't have seen it. But this works great. So I got this on Amazon. I'll have a link down below. It came with 3 of these kits, and I think it wasn't that much money. I'll put it right here. What's really great is, you get those little tiny rock chips those kind of eat away at your wiper blades. You can use the same resin left over after you do that one patch. You can cut up the little yellow piece and put little resin spots all over the windshield with all those little pieces, and then scrape them all smooth, and then your wipers will last even longer. Great little tip. I'll have the link down for this down below. And if you get a crack in your windshield, you can fix it yourself. You don't have to wait and schedule something with your insurance company. You have to go somewhere. It didn't take very long at all. So as always, stay awesome, stay positive, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. Click the link down below to subscribe, and thumbs up, and then hit the notification bell.